Authorities are trying to fight these ransom gangs, but as Mon and Sean said, once you're infected, there's very little that police can do.
And he said, I'd advise not to pay. And I said, well, that's not really advice. So, I mean, you're not in the position that I'm in.
And this is where the malware hunters come in.
I'm a hunter working in the jungles at night.
We are just committing to reducing all of kind of the malware infections all over the places with any way that we can.
He doesn't want us to reveal his name, saying what he and his group does requires top secret conditions.
We had to work really hard to get interviews with these guys. They don't want to be found. They use encrypted emails, pseudonyms. They're very worried about their identities becoming public.
So instead, we'll call him Anti-Malware Bob.
Some people just after work, they are gathered with their friends and they are having like a poker game, for example, or they are doing any kind of activities. And this is what activity that we choose.
These guys hate malware so much that they spend their spare time hunting it down, analysing it, pulling it apart, finding the servers which run it, and then they publicise it with the hope that the authorities will take the evidence, act and prosecute.
I'm doing like the good citizen should do. If you're seeing a robbery in progress, what would you do? You will pick up the phone, you will call the police.
Anti-Malware Bob says his group has around 30 or so experts and they all do different things. Some specialise in servers, others work in intelligence or analysis. Kusanagi is another member of the group and, yes, with another fake name. He asked for his voice to be changed.
Back in the olden days, malware was just more of a, hey, look what I can do. Whereas these days, it's really become such a money-making machine for organised crime and such.
During their travels through the malware underground, the group have stumbled upon evidence that shows the scale and the profit margins for ransomware. Anti-Malware Bob says they found a single command server, that's where the ransomware gangs control their software from, that had evidence of more than $30 million in payments.
They are all paying it. It's a very big money there.
It's big cash, and these people take their ill-gotten gains very seriously. The malware gangs know about Anti-Malware Bob and Kusanagi's group, the white hats fighting against them, and they're not happy about it.
They generally like to make it known that they don't like being poked at.
How do they do that?
Some of us have received death threats.
They will actually come to the in real life information about you and make direct threat through it. We received that. One of our members got the smack in the cars. I got the death threat threatening directly to me, to my office, because they cannot figure where I live, but they know where I am right now. They know exactly about my daughter's information, my wife's information, and they're putting it in the internet.
How careful do you have to be?
Extremely. The fact that these people, you don't fully know what these people are capable of. The fact that they've got money behind them is a major concern, given that with that money they can pretty much do anything. They could send a hitman out, they could hire private investigators, they can pretty much do anything that money can buy to try and silence you.
And do you think that's something that they would do?
If pushed to a certain extent, yeah, definitely.
These guys are taking a huge personal risk to save people from malware. They hide their identities, they work in their own time, they endure threats, all for people like you and me, people they've never met.
So why do you do what you do if there is that risk?
No one else will do it. It's really just one of those shitty things that you do. We're all interested in what we do and we're all dedicated. It's just one of those things of, well, you know, law enforcement does a great job in some respects, but, you know, there's some things that need a bit of extra expertise and a bit of extra passion to get the job done.